Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the SH Figuarts Vegetto. So yes, here we have Vegetto. I finally managed to pick him up. He has been out for a while. He's certainly not the most interesting figure to come out this year, since he is essentially just Goku, mostly in terms of like body sculpt and things. But he's still kind of a cool character, and a nice thing to add to the collection if you are a fan of Vegetto. Now let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt and details, all those sorts of things.
Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have Vegetto. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universal Wolverine. And of course, here is a standard SH Figuarts figure, which is Goku. Vegetto is basically the same size as Goku. They're like mostly the same parts, so of course he is pretty much standard Figuarts size. Figuarts are just a little bit shorter scale-wise than American 6-inch figures generally, and of course much bigger than 3 3/4-inch figures. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Vegetto. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin, here you can see Vegetto. His gi is essentially Goku's gi, except it's reverse colors. Most of it's blue, and the undershirt is orange. It's literally the same mold as the Goku figure art, so there's nothing really new there. He has gloves on, which are like Vegeta's gloves, and he has boots on that are like Vegeta's boots, except they do have the boot tips on here, which a lot of people wanted for the original Vegeta release, but unfortunately he doesn't have those. But Vegetto does, so if you're really fond of boot tips, you can be real happy with Vegetto. There's not a lot of shading or anything, but all the muscle detail and clothing detail is just as good as you should expect from most figure arts. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpts. Vegetto has two different heads. He has a Super Vegetto head and a normal Vegetto head. He has two faces for his normal Vegetto head and three for his Super Vegetto head. He has a stern expression and a screaming expression for both, and then he has a smirking face for his Super Saiyan head. They both have crenellations and stuff sculpted into the hair, which is something that they didn't do originally, but have started doing more with more recent releases. There's not really a lot of shading in the hair or anything. The faces are sculpted pretty much the way all Figuarts faces are. They're pretty simple, but they look accurate, and they do have the Patara earrings. So that's all really cool. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Vegetto is essentially exactly the same as Goku, which is what you should expect from a figure art pretty much. Baldest head, up and down, forward and back, rotation, neck joint, pivots around, moves around a little bit. Ball joint shoulders, in and out, forward and back, move around inside the socket. Bicep gut, disc elbow, wrist hinge and rotation. Waist is on a ball peg that pops out, moves around, rotates. Hips drop down, go in and out, forward and back, rotate around on the joint. Double jointed knees, and then he has ball pegs in the ankles, and a toe joint. So you can get him into pretty much any pose that you really need to. Now Vegetto does come with some extra pieces as well as an energy effect, so let's go ahead and look at those. Vegetto comes with 7 hands. He comes with 2 open palm blasting hands, 2 Kamehameha wave style blasting hands, 2 fists, and 1 spirit sword hand. He comes with a pair of crossed arms, and he comes with his spirit sword accessory, which slides over his spirit sword hand. All that's pretty cool. You can arrange those however you like for various posing options. A noticeable issue is the fact that they, for some reason, chose not to give him different hands for his Kamehameha wave hands. So they use the same ones that you get for Goku, which means they still have fingernails on them. So that's a really lazy thing to see from Tamashii here. I don't know why they did that, but it's real annoying, and they should probably not do it anymore. It's not a big deal, but it's just poor quality and execution, so I kind of have to complain about it. Either way, that about wraps it up for Vegetto and all of his accessories. So let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Vegetto has your standard Figuarts packaging. It's got an orange and blue box. SH Figuarts Vegetto. Window here, pixelated picture of Vegetto there over there on the side. Got your Tamashii Nations logo, Bandai logo, Dragon Ball Z logo, all those logos and things down there at the bottom. Various pictures and little descriptions on the back, as well as Vegetto's signature catchphrase, "Alright." And lots of cool stuff like that. As always, these are good for in or out of package display. So yeah, Vegetto.
Alright, that wraps it up for Vegetto. So until next time, goodbye.
Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.